Hello everybody, this is Gary Massey and I welcome you to the latest of our videos on our tax and accounting channel. Today we are going to talk about educator expenses. It's a bit of good news for our friends who are teachers. The educator expense that they can take on their 2022 tax returns has gone up $50. Now, that's not a big amount of money. It went up from $250 to $300, but at least it's a little bit of good news, and we like to share good news whenever we can. So we're going to talk briefly about the basics of the teacher tax deduction. Teachers and other educators may now deduct on their 2022 returns up to $300 of out-of-pocket expenses when they file their income tax returns. This is the first time that the educator deduction has increased since it was brought into law in 2002. So I'm recording this in 2022. So that means it's the first time in 20 years that the educator expense has increased. So it's a little bit of good news for our friends who are teachers. If two teachers are married to each other, they can each take a $300 deduction up to a maximum of $600, but the most each one can take is still $300. And the educator deduction is allowed whether the taxpayer itemizes or takes the standard deduction on their return. Either way, it's fine. The educator deduction is still available to them. Now, who may take the educator tax deduction on their returns? You have to be a qualified educator. What does that mean? First of all, it is teachers, kindergarten through grade 12. So unfortunately, no college professors. Instructors, counselors, principals, and aides who work in a school at least 900 hours per year. Both public school as well as private school educators qualify for the credit. So that's some extra good news. And what are educator expenses? They have to be qualified. What does that mean? It includes books, supplies, and other materials used in a classroom. It includes equipment, including computer equipment and software. Anything related to COVID-19 that is used in a classroom. For example, hand soap and sanitizer, disposable gloves, and so on. And also continuing education classes for the educator. Now, I've been asked the question, does it include homeschooling expenses? Unfortunately, it does not. Homeschooling is not a qualified educator expense. Expenses for homeschooling do not qualify under the rules. Sorry about that. A few final points to mention about teachers. Number one, keep your receipts. If the IRS ever comes knocking to audit you, they're going to ask for the receipts. So keep a file of receipts. You can keep them. You can keep paper receipts, or you can keep them electronically. But keep them in case of an audit. On your 2021 return, the deduction is still $250, and for a married couple of teachers, it is $500. It goes up to $300 on the 2022 returns. Those will be filed in 2023. The 2021 returns, if you're on extension, that will be due October 17th of 2022 because October 15th is a weekend, so it's pushed off till the 17th. Be sure to file your taxes by the deadline. Even if you owe money, it is always better to file and not pay and pay the tax later because you minimize the amount of penalties and interest. It is never worth filing late. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor and subscribe or like the video. And we will also put below links to social media. If you can share it there, that is always appreciated. For now, I say goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video about tax and accounting topics. Thank you very much.